Why are Muslims so angry that people insulted Muhammad, the Prophet of Islam? Don't they respect freedom of speech?
So I just want you to know that we're out there. So I just want you to know that we're out there. And we're real people. And we believe in something. We believe that is far that is far than anything you've ever seen on TV. Than anything you've ever seen on TV. Ever read about it. Anything you've ever read about in any book about Islam. It's far greater about Islam. It's far greater than that. It's far more beautiful than that. God is far greater than anything you've ever tried to imagine. The mind cannot comprehend it. The mind cannot comprehend. Cannot begin. Cannot begin. It's like casting a drop. It's like casting a drop off your fingertip and doesn't do justice. Doesn't do justice. Muhammad, peace be upon him. Muhammad is a man like you've never read about. Is a man like you've never read about. This is why we got so angry. We got so angry. And when they wrote these cartoons about him, maybe a lot of us overreacted. Yes, we overreacted. But if someone insulted your mother, most of us, just because we loved him so much, we love him so much. Because he gave this great way of life, this great way of life. It has changed from being somebody that nobody wanted to be around, somebody that nobody wanted to be around, to somebody who now wants to be around, to somebody who now wants to be around and know where I've been, because I want them to know where I've been and what I've come through.
The Bible. Muhammad is not mentioned anywhere in the Bible. Nowhere in the Bible does it make reference to Muhammad or any of the things that he did.
The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, hasn't mentioned the Old Testament Bible by reference. Looking at Deuteronomy 18:18, where it says, I shall raise them up a prophet from among their brethren, like unto you. And I shall put my words in his mouth, and he shall speak to them all that I command him. So here we notice a few things. One, God is speaking about the brethren. The brethren of who? Like unto you. Like unto you is Moses. Who are the brethren of Moses? If we go back in the line, all the way back to Abraham, peace be upon him, where he had two sons, Isaac and Ishmael. Basically, the tribes from Israel, which was the one who came from Isaac. The brethren of Isaac was Ishmael. So this is their brethren. This is where the prophet is going to come from. Will be like Moses. And who is the prophet most like Moses? This is the prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. Also from this, he shall speak my words which I put in his mouth, and he will tell all that I command him. This is exactly the prophet Muhammad, how the revelation came to him. Where the angel was to receive revelation from God, and then directly he would say to the prophet Muhammad, and the prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, would command it and tell it to his father.
المصطفى الصفي صلى عليه الله أخلاقه وصفاته سبحان من سواه هو قدوتي وحبيبي ودعوة النجاة يا رسول الله يا حبيب الله فاكتب لنا نلقاه ندعوك يا رباه مولاي صل وسلم دائما أبدا على حبيبك خير الخلق كلهم مولاي صل وسلم دائما أبدا على حبيبك خير الخلق كلهم يا رب صل عليه يا رب صل عليه يا رب صل عليه صلوات الله عليه مولاي صل وسلم دائما أبدا على حبيبك خير الخلق كلهم مولاي صل وسلم دائما أبدا على حبيبك خير الخلق.
Most Christian writers accuse the Prophet Muhammad of being a liar. The reason they did that is very simple. Any Christian or Jew who opens the Quran and reads the life of the Prophet Muhammad will be struck by how much consistency and similarity there is between what the Quran says, what the Prophet taught, and what they know from their own religion and scriptures. In fact, some of these things are very detailed matters. of theology and philosophy, religious philosophy and law. In fact, some early Christians thought that Muhammad, the Prophet Muhammad, was actually a bishop, a former bishop. That is the level of information they recognized, because they have to explain, where did Muhammad get all this information? Where did he learn about heaven and paradise and the hellfire and Moses and Jesus and Abraham and Noah and the detailed dietary laws and so on? Where did he get this information from? Well, he must have learnt it from a priest, from a rabbi, from this and that, and then he must have what? Made it up and invented it and made this religion together. That's the only way they could explain and still obviously not agree that Islam was the truth, by saying, well, he must be a lie, he must have invented it. And it's very interesting that there is another group of writers, and these writers are much more modern, and people who have now accessed themselves to the sources and have begun to read for themselves about the life of the Prophet, in other words, not relying upon these Christian polemicists. And they said, well, that we don't really find evidence from the life and character of the Prophet Muhammad that he was a liar. In fact, it's extraordinary. His people used to refer to him, even before he was a prophet, or he claimed to be a prophet, as they would say, they used to refer to him as Al-Amin, the truthful and the trustworthy one. And they give many examples of his behavior, of his character, totally out of character of a person who is a liar. In other words, they testify to his truthfulness, his honesty, his absolute sincerity, and that they say it's not possible that he was a liar. They say, but he must have just thought that he was a prophet. He must have really believed it.
If you want money, we'll collect enough money for you so that you'll be the richest one of us. If you want leadership, we'll take you as our leader and never decide on any matter without your approval. Or, if you want the kingdom, we'll crown you king over us. If you want a wife, we would lead you to the most beautiful woman. What would you answer if all this was offered to you? But the Prophet Muhammad refused all this. If he wanted money, women, or power by the call to Islam, why hadn't he accepted these tempting offers while he was at the beginning of the call? He would have garnered all this without any risk or difficulty.